Welcome to the Play Resource Inspiration channel. Today we're going to make a plaster cast from sand. For this you will need from the Play Resource shop some plaster, sand, sand brushes, paint, paint brushes and some clay. From the scrap store you will need some rope, a basin and some plastic containers. From your local shop you need some pieces of fruit. So today we're going to place about 2 inches of sand into our container to cast from. This is damp silver sand. We'll scoop it out of here, we'll pop it in here, and this we will level off to give us a nice space to press objects into. Shake this about, get a nice even surface. The next step is to press our fruit into the sand to create our image. We'll take each piece of fruit individually and press it into the sand one at a time. Careful not to displace any of the sand as we go. So we're just going to create the illusion that this fruit is sitting in a little bowl. So we'll pop this down and just roll it across. And in order to hang this piece, we can place 2 clay plugs at the top corner of our work. These can be removed after the plaster has been poured, and they'll leave 2 holes for us to pass a rope through, or a nice piece of ribbon for hanging our work up for display. So we have a litre of water here to fill our container with. We're going to mix up some plaster in little handfuls at a time by sprinkling over the top. So we take a little handful and we're going to sprinkle gently over the surface of the water evenly. And gradually you'll begin to see little islands appear on the surface of the water here. That lets us know that we've got enough plaster in with our water to make a good mix. So once those have all settled, we can put our hand in and have a stir. Let's turn around. When you think it's mixed, you can do a nice wee test by just dipping your hand in. If the plaster comes away in a nice straight line like this, you know you've got a good mix of plaster. We pour our plaster gently in over the mould, a little bit at a time, and gradually adding the rest of the plaster to a depth of about 1 to 2 centimetres. It's important not to pour excess plaster down the sink. It will block a drain. You're best to allow it to set, crack it off the bowl and throw it into the bin. And we're going to leave this to set for 40 minutes to an hour. So now we're ready to remove our plaster from our cast. We're just going to loosen around the edges of our cast, and if we tip this up, we can lean it forward and catch our cast on our hands, and out comes the sand and out comes the cast. At this point you can pop out these clay plugs if necessary, and there's lots of sand stuck to our cast, so we'll brush this off gently, and if needs be we can dip it in some water to remove the excess sand as well. This is quite nice just as it is, but quite often we'll dry this off and paint with some ready mix paint. So here's our wee image ready to paint. So now we're ready to paint. We're going to use some ready mix paints today, a variety of colours to match up with the actual fruits that we're painting. Just pick a brush that's suitable for the size of piece that you're painting. I do this banana first of all, it's yellow, and this is just ordinary poster paint, widely available. It's important to remember when you're working with plaster that you cover all your work surfaces to protect them, and also yourself, cover your clothes. Today I'm wearing an apron. And now we're ready to do our background, I think. I think we'll do brown and black to make it really bring our colours out. I think once you're happy enough with your little image, you'd be ready to put a little string through our holes here so that you could then hang that for display. So now we've left this to dry for half an hour and we're ready to string it up with some rope. We can put the rope through the holes that we've made. If you do a double knot to secure it on one side, another knot. Make sure they're good and tight. And now this is ready to display. Everything that we've used today is available from Play Resource.